What's going on there, Fast and Furious fans? I am falling. Go to Dom Dub's page right now and get your Racer's Edge t-shirts, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to a good cause. We're gonna get this Jetta out here to Los Angeles and put it right here in front of Toretto's Market. So go to Dom Dub's page, order your t-shirt now, and I'll show you the back. I can't really show you the back, but it's cool. It says Racer's Edge. How can you not like that?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dom. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. And also just a little bit more about me. I actually build these cars. This is not the original one from the movie. It's quite close, to be honest. Matter of fact, there's only in the world 2 Fast and Furious Maximas, and this is one of which. There's the original one and this replica. There's some tributes. I think there's one tribute car on the west coast of the United States, but true look-alike cars, clone as I call them, this is the only one. And today I want to talk to you a little bit more about it. But no, it's not going to be a Doug Yamuro style video. I'm not going to tell you more about the quirks and feature of the 97 Maxima. But we are going to look at some stuff. We are going to look at the engine, which is the Supercharger VQ30. We are going to look at the sound system and the interior of the car. So without further ado, let's look at the car. So you may think that because there's a supercharger on that car, it's super powerful. But in order to retain all the internals inside the block, we are actually running a 6 psi pulley on the Vortex supercharger, so that means low boost, and the car is capable of 247 horsepower. We actually dynoed the car and we got 217 to the wheels, so it's kind of accurate to the 247, 248 that the original car has. We are actually running the same exact setup. The only difference with the original car though, this is a Canadian model car. So there's the winter package that was installed, well, not installed, but it came from factory with the winter package, which means heated seats and the VLSD. So that means there's no one-wheel burnout with that car. This car can actually do a proper 2-wheel burnout. But we are not going to try that because back in the movie, the car was almost brand new. This is a 23-year-old, well, 24-year-old car. So I don't want to do a neutral drop on a 24-year-old car. You probably understand me. Another modification that was unique to the Fast and Furious Maxima is the reverse opening hood. In order to do that, we had to do a custom set of hinges that retain the factory front latch in place. So you need to unlatch the hood and remove the hood pins, and then you can open up the hood. It's pretty cool. It was very hard to do, but we managed to do it, and it's the same exact procedure as the original one, so it's kind of unique. Also, there's these louvers on the hood, and believe me, with the supercharger it is hot underneath that, so we had to do the proper louvers on each side just like the real car, and honestly the final result is awesome. Another thing pretty unique about the Fast and Furious Maxima that everyone is talking about is that exhaust. It's a custom exhaust, so you cannot really buy that from a store, but we had to do a lot of modification underneath the quarter in order to make that exhaust go through the side like that. There's a lot of heat shield inside the fender, but the result is awesome. And also, it sounds super cool. So now it's time to show you the good stuff. So let's talk trunk setup. By the way, shout out to Craig Lieberman, which was the technical advisor of the original Fast and Furious movie and also the owner of the original one. Due to the videos that he's making about these cars, I was able to source all the parts for the trunk setup. But of course, you don't see the trunk setup in the movie. But in this case, with his videos, we can actually see how the original setup was made and what I needed to recreate the same thing. And believe me, it is powerful. This is a sound theater on wheel. It's crazy. So in total, you've got 5 amplifiers, 3 1200 watts and 2 400 watts powering the door speaker, the one on the rear deck, and the 3 subwoofers. There's also capacitors which are supplying enough power all across the sound system. In the back, maybe you can see it through the window, we've got a PS1 because, you know, period correct. And we've got the Clarion head unit with the screen, we've got the DVD players underneath it, and in the headrest we've got the Clarion screen where you can watch the Fast and the Furious, because why not? So inside the Maxima, super simple. It's an automatic 97 Maxima. You got your control for the sunroof. We've got the original SE steering wheel. This is an American market, a USDM market steering wheel because the Canadian one is different, so we had to change that. You've got your front fog switch right there, your air freshener because it needs to smell good inside this car. We've got the sound system, like I said earlier, head unit and DVD player. There were no CD player back in the day on these screens, and you've got the HKS boost gauges. There's a reason for that. It's for the supercharger. I don't know if you can hear it. Kind of sound nice. So now we are going to take this car on the road because that's what you want to see. You want to know how this car feels on the road. Is it that good? Is it just like you saw in the movie when he's pulling out of the driveway doing that fat burnout because he was mad? So we are going to have a look and go on the road to drive it. So now time to drive the Fast and the Furious Maxima on the road. So we are going to put a little bit of AC because it's boiling hot in here. So the first thing you notice when you're getting behind the wheel of this car is, even though it looks modified, there's a supercharger on it, it's super quiet. The exhaust, the guy who did the exhaust, LP Fabwork, really did an amazing job. And you know, there's a problem with VQs when they are straight pipes or no mufflers or whatnot, they sound terrible. But it goes. It really goes. I love it. There's a lot of people wondering, how does it feel to drive a car this old with an old Vortex supercharger? Surprisingly enough, it doesn't feel like a boosted car. It feels like, my best example I can give to you is, if you ever driven like a 04 to 06 or 07 Nissan Maxima with the VQ35, it drives the same. It's really like factory power from a newer model. Usually the Maxima, these years of Maximas had around 190, 200 horsepower. In this case, we've got 217 to the wheels, but way more of torque. I don't remember the torque figures, but it's very torquey. And with the original transmission, you can put a shift kit on it, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I really wanted the car to drive as stock as possible. It's really fun. But yeah, I'd rather not. So the problem with that is you cannot really drive the car to the limit. You cannot push it to the limit, and you don't want to anyway, because the transmission is going to slip and it's not going to be fun, especially with a car that old now. But if you want to drive it normally, you just want to overtake, it drives nice, transmission is super cool, And the fact that the car's got a VLSD in the front makes the car, well, there's almost, if not no torque steer at all. Another thing with this car, there's actually a big brake kit front and rear. In the front, we've got the AP Racing 4-piston calipers. This is the still-in kit, so they come with the 2-pieces rotor. In the back, they are the still-in rotors, and I'm using some OEM ceramic brake pads because they are retaining the factory calipers. But the braking power of this car is simply amazing. Another thing that is different to the original car on this car, back in the day, you know, coilovers were a thing that you would use on a race car. In the case of the Maxima, the original car had still-in struts with the high back springs. And I'm going to put on the screen one of the scenes where you can see the car cornering in the movie, but you can definitely realize that the car's got some issues in terms of rebound. The suspension seems super soft in the movie, and I wanted something a bit better considering all the weight in the back because of the sound system. So Fortune Auto Canada actually sent me coilovers. So this is the only new school type of parts that we got on this car, but it makes all the difference. By the way, I know you can hear the brakes squealing. That's because the calipers that I'm running up front are actually running Hawk HP brake pads, and they are like kind of a race compound, so they bite hard. And you probably saw from the video earlier in the video that the front wheels are a bit more dark than the rear ones. That's because they are covered in brake dust, which sucks. But anyway, that's part of the deal, using brake pads that are supposed to be used on the racetrack. But anyway, I'm gonna change that a bit later. One sad thing though, because of the copyrights, I cannot really play loud music in the car, but I can assure you the sound system in that thing is phenomenal. It's super cool. Honestly, maybe I'm beginning to be too old for this because I don't listen to loud music, but loud exhaust, it's cool. So guys, this was just a small video review of the Maxima. I wish I could have done a bit more of the video, giving you a bit more information. I had some video recording issues, got some sound issues, but nonetheless, like I said, the car is very planted on the road. We've got the coilovers and the big brake kits and everything that makes the car really, it feels modern, and I really like that. And a lot of people are wondering, why did you build a Fast and Furious Maxima while you could just build another one? You could build a Supra or whatever. And you know what? These underrated cars are a bit more rarer on the, in the scene. So you see a lot of Eclipses, Supras, Jettas, and stuff like that. But there's actually, right now as we speak, there's one tribute Maxima that lives in Texas, I think, or Arizona. And there's the original one. And there's this one, which is a clone. This is the only screen spec accurate replica in the world, and it feels cool. It's fun, and when you meet people at car shows, they can actually see the Maxima from the Fast and the Furious without having to look for the original one, because the original one is privately owned right now, and you cannot really see it unless the owner wants to take it out, and it doesn't happen that often. So it's kind of cool. That's the reason why I'm building these cars, and that's what I love the most about them. So guys, I'm going to end up this video right here. If you'd like to see a video like this with the Jetta, for instance, let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe I'm gonna do a video with the Jetta, even though the Jetta is less complete than this car. Well, I got all the parts for the Jetta, but since the car is always at events and stuff like that, we didn't add the time to complete the trunk setup and stuff like that. But nonetheless, if you want to see the car in a video, let me know. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do, guys. It helps a lot. It motivates me to do more content like this, and also leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you like or not the video. That way I can really see what you like. Do you prefer to do like review videos? Do you prefer like vlogs and stuff like that? So it helps me a lot building up this channel to what I would love to have at some point. So guys, with that said, I'm going to end up the video here. Thank you for watching. It was a pleasure as always, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.